Hi, drama family. Miss you guys, and realize it's only really day 3 of this closure, and I know I feel like I'm going crazy, so I wanted to give you guys um, a way to, some things to do, some things to think about, but also make sure that you guys are taking care of your mental health as well. Being isolated, being bored, some of those things lead to really creative ideas. They can also lead to feeling isolated and bored. So I wanted to kind of reach out to you guys and just kind of see how you're doing and see what I can do. I did send you guys an email if you didn't see through Gradebook of some places like the Met Opera is doing free streaming of the opera. That's happening a little bit more often than it does usually. Some places are streaming concerts. Lots of ways to kind of still get in contact with theater and theater adjacent things. The other thing is there are plenty of musicals that have been turned into movies. For instance, like I just went to Half Price Books the other day. They have a whole musical section, if you guys don't know that. Got Chorus Line, which is not a stage musical, but it is still based on a stage musical. So that's in my list of things that I'm going to probably end up watching during this 6 weeks. There's also a lot of opportunity, you guys, to just try new things. And a lot of theater is trying new things. So if you are at all interested in the behind the scenes stuff, teach yourself something about that. Teach yourself how to sew. Teach yourself how to draw sketches of costumes or how to build sets. Something I want to play with is expanding foam and using that to kind of create sets. I did leave my power tools at work and now I can't get there. So there's that. But play around, play with something, do something creative. I know I feel a lot more productive and a lot better when I've produced something. So creating can be a way. And if you're like, well, I want to learn how to sew, but I don't want to make clothes, or I don't, I'm not that fashionable. Let me show you. I'm going to turn the camera around. There's my yard. Can you see them? I can't see if you can see them. Can you see my puppets? There they are. That's how I taught myself how to use my sewing machine, was making puppets and patterning puppets. So you don't have to make clothes. You all know I'm not a very fashionable person. I think I've worn a Beamer thing every day since we've been out. So just kind of try new fun things. Try to teach yourself how to do a dance or choreography or anything like that. Now, if you're serious about theater and you really want to pursue it later on in your life, this would be a great opportunity to learn some monologues. So to audition, you usually will need a few monologues under your belt, a serious monologue, a comedic monologue, perhaps a Shakespearean monologue, kind of depending on what sort of things you're auditioning for. So it would depend on the part you're auditioning for. It would depend on, clearly, like if you're auditioning for Shakespeare, you would want a Shakespearean monologue because they want to hear how you say the words and all of that. So that's really the big things that you can be working on, and those things will help you. Or if you want to go into musical theater, coming up with your list of songs that you would feel comfortable walking into an audition and handing over to someone and saying, this is what I'm going to sing. That's something that you can work on as well, and that's preparing you for a future in theater. We will hopefully be doing some monologues when we get back, so we'll have a modified musical unit when we get back, and then we will try to finish up the year with monologues as the plan, but who cares if I plan things. So it's something that we will touch on, but I also want to make sure that if you are serious about theater, like, you need to have multiple under your belt, and I've had students who have gone on to go to auditions, and they're like, oh, okay, do your monologue, and they're like, oh, hand me something and I'll read it, and they're like, well, that's not how a professional audition works. So I just want you to be prepared, and I want you to know those things. Other things, writing a resume, headshots. All of those things are things that you don't necessarily need for a high school production, but you would if you were going to go out into the community this summer and do community theater or do youth theater or any of those things. It's also a great opportunity to research what's out there. And for you seniors, researching what is available to you at the school that you are, hopefully you've heard from all your schools and you're making decisions, but figuring out where you can get involved. If it's not at your school, maybe it's at a community theater, or maybe you can still take non-major classes or major classes, just not as many of them. But lots of stuff you guys can still be doing. But my biggest thing, guys, is take care of your mental health. Reach out to each other and via, the texty or the video calls. I think every teacher here has learned how to do a video meeting, which aren't any more fun than regular meetings, and there for sure aren't any extra snacks. But take care of each other, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and hopefully I'll talk to you guys soon.